There's a quiet pattern women follow. It's subtle, it's intentional. When a woman meets an older man she's genuinely drawn to, she doesn't just chat for the sake of conversation. She observes, she probes, she tests. And if you don't understand what's happening, you can fail without ever realizing why. Before we go any further, if this feels familiar, if you want more real insight like this, subscribe now. This channel doesn't sugarcoat reality, it doesn't sell illusions. It gives you what actually helps, not what simply feels good. So subscribe. Let's continue. Here's what most men miss. When a younger woman feels attraction toward an older man, it's not primarily about appearance. It's not your car, your watch, or your title. Those things might open the door, but they don't create attraction. Attraction comes from something deeper, from presence, from how you move through the world, from the energy you carry into a room. And when she senses that energy, when something about you feels grounded and real, she doesn't rush toward you. She slows down, she tests, because she needs clarity. Is this man truly different, or is he simply older? That difference matters more than most men realize. Age alone means nothing. A man can be 50 and directionless. He can be 45 and insecure. He can have gray hair and still lack strength. She's not searching for a number. She's searching for a man shaped by experience, by discipline, by mistakes, by choosing himself again and again. That's why these two questions matter so much. They don't sound serious, they don't feel direct, but they expose everything. Let's start with the first one. She'll ask something simple, like, "What do you do for fun?" It sounds harmless, casual, almost meaningless, but it isn't. That question cuts deep. She's trying to see who you are when no one is watching. Because how you spend your free time shows whether you have direction, purpose, and inner drive, or whether you're just drifting through life. Most men answer this poorly. They keep it vague. I hang out with friends. I watch movies. I just relax. And the moment they say it, something shifts. Her interest starts to fade, because what she hears is a lack of direction. No creation, no growth, no investment in life itself. And that isn't attractive, not to a woman who wants a man, not a passenger. She wants to see passion. She wants to feel that something pulls you forward, that something matters to you deeply, that you have a life you'd still live even if she never entered it. Because if you don't respect your own life, you'll turn her into your entire world, and that feels heavy, restricting. She doesn't want to be your purpose. She wants to join a man who already has one. So when she asks what you do for fun, what she's really asking is this: are you complete on your own? Do you have your own world? Or are you hoping I'll fill what's missing? There's no clever line that fixes this. The answer is simply the truth. If you train, say that. If you build things, say that. If you read, create, work toward a mission, follow discipline, speak it clearly, not to impress, not with arrogance, just with certainty. That clarity tells her everything. It tells her you're not desperate, you're not empty, you're not looking to be rescued. You're grounded, and that grounded energy is powerful. Now let's move to the second question. This one goes even deeper. At some point, she'll ask about your past. She might say, "What's your relationship with your ex like?" Or she'll ask how previous relationships ended, what went wrong, why they didn't last. Again, it sounds like curiosity, like conversation. But it isn't. She's testing your emotional maturity, your accountability, your self-awareness. Because the way you speak about your past shows her exactly how you'll handle the future. If you blame your ex, if you paint yourself as the victim, if you describe her as crazy, dramatic, or unreasonable, you've already failed. Not because your ex was perfect, maybe she wasn't, but because you're showing bitterness, lack of growth, and avoidance of responsibility. And in her mind, one thought appears immediately: will he talk about me this way one day? That's what she's listening for. She's watching whether you reflect or deflect, whether you learn or repeat, whether you grow or stay stuck. This question isn't really about your ex, it's about you. A mature man doesn't get defensive here. He doesn't attack. He doesn't justify. He doesn't carry resentment. He answers calmly and honestly. We weren't aligned. I didn't show up the way I should have. I learned a lot from that experience. That response shows depth. It shows self-respect. It shows that you've looked inward instead of pointing outward. And that makes her feel safe. Because she knows that when things get difficult, you won't immediately blame her. You'll examine yourself too. You'll communicate. You'll take responsibility. That's rare. Most men never reach that level. They remain emotionally immature, blaming women, blaming their past, blaming life for why their present feels broken. But the older man she's attracted to has lived enough to understand something important. Blame leads nowhere. Bitterness corrodes quietly. Growth only comes when you own your story, every part of it. So these two questions are never random. They're intentional. They're designed to reveal whether you are truly the man you appear to be or just an older man wearing confidence on the surface. And here's the part most men get wrong. You cannot fake these answers. You can't rehearse them. You can't perform your way through them because she isn't just listening to your words. She's feeling your presence. She's watching your posture, your tone, your pauses. She notices if you hesitate, if you get defensive, if you try too hard to impress her. Every small reaction gives her information. So what's the move? You stop trying to pass the test and you start living a life where the test doesn't matter anymore. You build yourself, you develop purpose, you commit to something bigger than women, bigger than attention, bigger than validation. You become a man who doesn't need her, but would genuinely enjoy her presence. That difference matters. Need is weakness, desire is strength. When you need her, you're trying to fill an emptiness, and she feels it instantly. It pushes her away. When you desire her without needing her, you're already whole. And she feels that too. It draws her in because she's not your solution. She's an addition, and that's exactly what she wants to be. An addition to something already solid, not the foundation of something empty. So when she asks those questions and you answer from a place of wholeness, from self-respect, from quiet confidence, you pass without effort. Because the test was never about the words, it was about the man behind them. Now let's go deeper. Let's talk about why younger women are even attracted to older men in the first place. Understanding this changes how you show up. It's not mainly about money. It's not primarily about status. Those things can amplify attraction, but they don't create it. What creates attraction is grounding. Certainty, calmness, emotional stability, self-control. Older men are expected to be less reactive, less desperate, less focused on proving themselves. She's been around men her age who are still chasing validation, still trying to impress everyone, still afraid of rejection, still performing. And she's tired of it. She wants someone who's already been through that phase. Someone who has failed, learned, and grown. Someone who knows who he is and doesn't apologize for it. That's the real appeal. Not age itself, but what age should represent. Growth, wisdom, stability, self-mastery. But here's the problem. Many older men don't actually have those qualities. They're just older, still insecure, still reactive, still chasing approval, still trying to prove something. And when she meets a man like that, the attraction dies immediately because he's not what she hoped. He's just an older version of the same men she's been avoiding. That's why she asked those two questions. She's trying to see if you're the exception or just another disappointment. And this is important to understand. She wants you to pass. She's not testing you to reject you. She's testing you to confirm what she already hopes is true. That you're solid, that you're grounded, that you're worth her time. So don't see the test as an obstacle. See it as an opportunity to show who you really are, without performing, without trying to impress, just being the man you've built. And if you haven't built that man yet, if you're still lost, still weak, still waiting for life to happen, then don't chase younger women. Don't chase any women. Chase yourself first. Build your life, build discipline, build purpose, build strength, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Because attraction isn't something you manufacture. It's something you become. You become the kind of man who naturally attracts the kind of woman you actually want. Not through tactics, not through games, but through undeniable presence, energy, and truth. And when you reach that point, those two questions stop feeling like tests. They feel like normal conversations because you're not trying to pass anymore. You're just speaking honestly about who you are, what you've learned, and where you're going. That honesty, that self-awareness, that quiet confidence, that's what she's been searching for. So stop looking for shortcuts. Stop memorizing lines. Stop hunting for strategies to make women like you. Start building a life that makes you respect yourself. Everything else follows because the truth is she's not testing whether you're good enough for her. She's testing whether you're good enough for yourself, whether you respect yourself, whether you've done the work, whether you've faced your weaknesses and grown stronger. That's what these questions reveal. And that's what she's truly attracted to. Not your age, not your resources, but your relationship with yourself, your self-respect, your standards, your commitment to growth. That's the magnet. That's the foundation. That's what makes her want to stay. So if a woman ever asks you, what do you do for fun? Don't panic. Don't try to sound interesting. Don't perform. Just speak honestly about what drives you, what excites you, what you're building. Let your life speak for itself. And if she asks about your ex, don't get defensive. Don't play the victim. Don't rewrite history to protect your ego. Just share what you learned, how you grew, what you do differently now. That's it. Simple, honest, grounded. And if she's the right woman, that's all she needs to hear. But if you can't answer those questions with clarity and confidence, then you're not ready. Not for her, not for any woman with standards. And that's not an insult. That's information. Because it means there's work to do. Work that will change your life far beyond dating. Your career improves, your health improves, your relationships improve, your sense of self strengthens. Everything begins to shift when you stop avoiding the truth and start becoming the man you know you're capable of being. So take this seriously, not because of women, but because of you. You deserve to respect the man you see in the mirror. You deserve to walk into any room knowing you belong there, not out of arrogance, but because of the effort you've invested, the standards you've upheld, and the life you've built. That's what this is really about. Not passing tests, but becoming untestable, becoming so grounded, so clear, so solid in who you are that no question can shake you. And when you reach that point, something interesting happens. Women stop testing you. They feel it, they sense your authenticity. They don't need proof anymore. Your presence becomes the proof. Your calm becomes the proof. Your certainty becomes the proof. And that's when attraction becomes effortless. Because you're no longer chasing it, you're embodying it. So start today. Ask yourself those same two questions. What do I do for fun? And be honest. Does it build me or am I just killing time? Then ask yourself how you speak about your past. Do you blame or do you learn? Do you repeat or do you grow? Your answers will show you exactly where you are and where you need to go. And if this message hit something real inside you, subscribe to this channel. We're not here to entertain you, we're here to build you one truth at a time.